Mongo's first English entertainment talk show named Inspired by Zaya. I didn't study English in abroad, but through my poor English, I just want to introduce really skilled Mongolian young representatives. Today I feel a little bit nervous because I'm inviting this really serious woman, and she got a really, strong female voice, and she's a human rights lawyer, Mrs. Ichinaro. Thanks for coming. Are you ready to speak in English?
Thank you very much, and I'm a bit puzzled when you said my poor English, but you speak wonderful English.
Thank you so much. So, what's new with you? What are you doing now? What do you do now?
Good question, and maybe there's a broad answer to it. However, I would like to make it shorter. Right now I'm working as an advisor and founder for the Human Development Institute.
I see.
It's a newly established institute. We just celebrated our 1 year anniversary.
Wow.
And it was also very much inspired by me and my colleagues and friends, especially my sister. And many years when I was working in my professional field as well as in social justice field, I learned something. I learned something very important, which is the key to development. The key to development of any society, of any country, any institution is people, persons. And it's easy to build roads, it's easy to build houses, it's easy to build cities, but it's not easy to build people. And because of this, maybe many years we talked about the problems of society, problems of law, the problems of systems, the problems of structures. But what makes the problems of these things are people. Because people build structures, people make laws, and also people violate laws. People also violate justice. So the key to, if we are the country, Mongolia is the country, made a full commitment to democracy. There's no going back. We made full commitment to democracy. We made full commitment to economic development. Democracy and economic development without building up its people, without using their potential, without their full participation is empty words. Democracy in a real sense is exercise of rights of people equally. If only a few people benefiting from the country's development, if only a few people are benefiting from the country's wealth, especially mining wealth, and more people, many members of the society not being able to benefit from such wealth, it's no democracy.
So I just wonder that lawyer is a kind of really difficult position especially for the women, So why you decided to become lawyer?
I think the perception is people think lawyer for women is a difficult profession, but in reality 70% of all Mongolian lawyers are women. It's been like that and it is like this. It's because there are so many good elements and so many good sides into socialist system. I was born in socialist system. And I benefited from many of the goodness of the social structure.
I see.
One is giving equal opportunity to women. Socialism gave equal opportunity to women, especially to building up their education. In one sense, it's good because women are so built up and they're equal, and they can fulfill their dreams. In some countries, women are unable. They even have to cover their beautiful faces. We don't have such restrictions. We have all the possibilities as women. We are lucky people in this society. We are lucky women to be born in Mongolia.
Yes, in fact.
So in that sense, it's not such a hard thing to be a woman lawyer. But I think it's also so much of a privilege to be women's voice.
Yes.
I think I started when I was as young as you are to be women's voice.
Thank you for considering the young woman.
You are young, and all your friends are young people. And I actually feel so proud to see the young people so active. And they're so giving, and they're coming together as a team, helping people. But also sad to see another kind of young people, to see them purposeless, meaningless, wandering around, doing nothing. That hurts me actually. So that's why I was beginning to say the key to development of the people. And now we're also touching upon the subject. It hurts me to see so many young people purposeless, dreamless, meaningless. That's why we established the Human Development Institute.
I see.
The institute, our institute, is to give people dreams, help people to fulfill their dreams, help people to unlock their potential. People have so much potential. The country's wealth is not only the wealth we have underground, the mining. The country's wealth is people, you, we, the people.
Yeah.
And then people's potential is so unlimited. The helping to unlock the unlimited potential is the country's wealth. It's the economic development. It's the key to have real democratic society.
Okay, since we're talking about the profession, where did you study as a lawyer? And I heard that you graduated the Harvard Kennedy School in US.
I studied in many universities. My bachelor's in law, I studied in Russia.
Oh,
As one of the last products of Russian human resource. I was a student of the transition time. Then I studied after graduating law school, I worked in the Supreme Court.
I see.
And much of my young legal career I started in the criminal justice system. And then I studied in America and did my master's degree in international human rights law.
Oh, I see.
That's this human rights attorney name came from.
Oh, I see.
Since then I worked almost full time, dedicating myself, my young career, for the development of human rights in Mongolia.
So what is the difference between lawyer and human rights lawyer? What is the difference?
Again, when you mentioned Harvard Kennedy School, later stage when I was very actively engaged in human rights and democratic movements, young generation movements, as you may say so. Many of my works have been recognized abroad, and I was invited to spend 6 months in Harvard Kennedy School in Women Leadership Program. So that was such a wonderful privilege for me to have this name Harvard in my CV, as well as
It's really wonderful.
yeah. First, when the human rights attorney name came, especially in the legal field, people were wondering, aren't we all human rights lawyers? because our profession's main duty, the meaning of this profession is to protect human rights. Yes. Actually, yes. It's true answer. However, lawyers as doctors specialize in different fields.
Oh, I see. It means that you're specializing in human rights.
Specialized in human rights. Doctors specialize in different fields: heart doctor, or surgeon, brain
Dentist,
doctor,
and
dentist. There are administrative lawyer, criminal lawyer, or civil lawyer. So there are different specializations within the legal field as well, human rights. So human rights itself is a huge field. It's an international structured field. There's even protection system, internationally set up system to protect human rights attorneys around the world. If someone actually violates my right as human rights attorney, there's international committee to protect their rights. So international human rights is such international structure is because you have to look back and its history. Especially, however, human rights theory has been based so many years back, hundreds of years back, Aristotle, John Locke, and all these other philosophers. But the real international structure has been built after the Second World War. The Second World War taught great lesson, big lesson to the humanity, to the world. The dictatorship, without any monitoring, without any balance of power, can destroy the world, can destroy the ethnic groups, can destroy the people, can destroy the society.
Really huge topic.
It's a huge topic.
Yeah.
So I'd like to actually give lectures on these subjects because when you say human rights, people sometimes wonder, sometimes when the foreigners come to Mongolia and see, it's such a wonderful country. All the women have this great equal rights. They're lawyers and they are members of parliaments and they're beautiful young women have great education and they all work and they look at it from the outside and says, oh, it's nice human rights established country. What's their rights? What's their human rights issues? So human rights is a huge topic, and in Mongolian terms, I believe the biggest human rights enemies, two things.
Yeah.
One is corruption, the another is poverty. Once you fight the corruption to establish right government structures, balanced, monitored by the people, and with the real participation of the people, corruption will go away. Poverty, we are a rich country, but we see huge gap between very rich and very poor.
Ladies and gentlemen, our talk show is reaching to you from the Full Cup Coffee House, which locates the opposite side of Children's Art and Creative Palace. Okay, today I'm meeting with this really serious woman, and the talking.
Do you
is
really think I'm very serious?
Yes, because you have really serious position. Okay, next question is that nowadays a lot of guys, maybe young representatives, wants to become a lawyer, but maybe some people criticizing that there's a pool of lawyers and economists, here in Mongolia. So what do you think about, and what is your advice to young people who wants to become a lawyer and attorney like you?
Oh, we need more and more lawyers. Good lawyers.
Okay.
Specialized lawyers. Why? One way I wonder why people actually so many people come to me. I like all other lawyers to become more like in similar situation. They need to be more well known by the people, recognized by their words and deeds, works. Then people can come to them. And there's a shortage of very good quality lawyers. That's why more and more people, I encourage more and more people become lawyers. That way, competition will decide their market.
Exactly.
And more lawyers, there will be more competition will arise. The competition will make sure there will be good quality lawyers. The quality lawyers will stay in the market to be able to help people. Another thing, another aspect of it is people themselves should become good lawyers. What I mean is that, for example, you don't have to go to university to get good degree to become a lawyer. You just have to be legally conscious, legally cultured.
I see.
You have to know you always make contract with people. In making contract, you at least hire a lawyer to protect your own interests in the future. Two people come and make contract. Oh, I like you, you like me. Oh, great, we're gonna make this business wonderful. They believe each other now. 2 years time, 4 years time, things change, people change. Once they're making money, they fight.
Okay.
It's a human nature. That's why Mongolian people must have this legal culture, contract culture, for example. Another thing, a lot of people come to me and they say, do you have the document to show me what you're saying true? Oh, I don't. I had one copy and I gave it to the court, or I had one copy I gave to this boss. Why you give the valuable evidence if you had one copy to give to people? And I always tell them, make many copies. Always keep one copy to yourself. And I said, don't give me an original copy. Give me a copy.
A copy is copy.
Copy is copy. You know, this is so important because that way you legally protect yourself.
I see.
So our Mongolian people don't have this culture. So if we know at least this kind of culture, then we don't need a lot of lawyers. But you just go to, you just need to know this protection system.
Okay, at the end of the interview, I just want you to tell me about your book briefly. Okay, I heard that it becomes the bestseller. Okay, what is the content of this book?
This is basically a success planner.
I see, Success Planner. Wow, very good.
Success coach. We call it success coach book, but it's basically success planner. In 2013, when the institute was established, we created the first book in 2013. The 2013 book became recognized as the best personal development book. Grand Prix prize by the Internom.
Wow.
The 2014 book is now bestseller. Every week is bestseller at Majestic and Internom and the biggest bookstores.
Okay.
So the reason it's becoming a bestseller is by content. What's in it?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking the content.
So we have this basic 10 steps program as a success coach program. So in the beginning it's included here, just very briefly included in here. And then when people, I think every person is meant to live happy life,
Exactly.
fulfilled, successful life. How you build successful, happy, fulfilled life? The first step is to have a dream for that. Person who has a dream has purpose. Person who has a purpose has plans, make steps, right? So it's basically about it.
Wow. Yeah, this talk show is becoming the really free PR for your institute and program.
Thank you.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, thanks for coming. And at the end of the interview, our talk show has a special part, which is as we are Mongolians, you have to throw the Mongolian tradition for ankle bones. Because this is really good fortune teller. Every single guest should throw the Mongolian tradition for ankle bones, okay? Okay, let me see your spirit. This is the custom, okay? Sheep and horse is kind of good. Golden camel is deemed unlucky, okay? All four sides and one throw is indicative of a very big fortune. Okay.
Your English is so good that I can't even catch up with you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Oh my God, it's 2 horses and 1 sheep and 1 goat. Very, very
2 horses, very good.
Yes, exactly. Okay, thanks for coming, and it was my privilege to talk to you, and it was really nice to meet you, and I think that you're a really great role model of all Mongolian women. I wish you every success in your life and work in the future.
Thank you. I want to say you are a great role model as a young woman.
Thank you so much.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay guys, it was the Mongols' first English entertainment talk show named Inspired by Zaya, and I always think that Mongolia's future is not on the mining sector or nature treasures. Instead of it, our future is the very competent and skilled young representatives. I read one thing about women yesterday is that if you invest in a girl's education, she can free herself, her children, her community, and her nation. Okay? Be strong, girls. Maybe we are stronger than men. See you next time, guys.